man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the man got that stuff. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But look at that, my God.
This is your boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash that you and find out. Back at it with another Call of Duty Black Ops 6 commentary video gameplay for you guys. Okay, we have reached another point in console gaming where me saying that it's failing, yeah, it's continued to prove me correct, because never in my life, and I've been around for a long time, but never in my life have I heard of this happening before. So let me explain something to you guys real quick. I've been around doing the Nintendo days, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, the GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, PlayStation 3, the Wii, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Wii U, and of course, PlayStation 5, the Xbox, what is it, X and S, and the Switch, and now the Switch 2. I have never, and even like going farther back, I've seen the Atari, but never in my life have I seen what I'm about to talk about right now. I had never seen this go down until now. What am I talking about? And what I'm about to, actually, the Switch 2 don't qualify yet, since that is the newest system, so it's not capable of doing this. But never in my life have I seen what I'm about to announce. And that is this. The Nintendo Switch, referring to every single one of their systems. So we're talking the original Nintendo Switch, the OLED model, which was the newest one, and the Switch Lite, not to mention physical and digital Nintendo Switch games and Nintendo Switch accessories. And all of this is getting a price increase in Canada. And you're probably thinking, I'm sorry, what? Yeah. So let me give you guys the lowdown. This is from Nintendo.com. So if you go to Nintendo.com and you look this up, like you said, Nintendo Switch pricing update rather. If you look this up, it would take you to their website, the Canadian version of their website. So it's Nintendo.com/EN for English, the language, that is, dash, or the subtraction line, CA for Canada, /what's new, /Nintendo Switch pricing update. And this came out June the 30th. It reads the following. Pricing for the original Nintendo Switch family of systems and products in Canada will change based on market conditions. These include Nintendo Switch OLED model, Nintendo Switch Lite, physical and digital Nintendo Switch games, and Nintendo Switch accessories. Other Nintendo products, including Amiibo and Nintendo Switch Online membership, will also experience price changes. Please note the price or this pricing change does not apply to the Nintendo Switch 2 system, accessories, or software. Pricing information specific to the Canadian market will be shared at nintendo.com/en-dca/store on August 1st. So, there you go. This is straight up from Nintendo themselves. This ain't from like a random article like GameSpot or Game Informer or whatever. This is straight up from Nintendo themselves. And never in my life, and this is what I was referring to, never in my life have I seen a previous generation of consoles going up in price. But remember, the Switch 2 came out in June, like within the first week or so of June. The Switch 2, that is. And you mean to tell me that the Switch that came out before that, the Switch 1, every single version of the Switch 1, not to mention their games, their accessories, are going up in price in Canada? Now, one reason why this is happening is because of the trade war that's going on between America and Canada. I'm not going to get into that because I don't have all the information behind that. So I don't know what led to that. And I don't have a thought. I don't have an outtake or anything. I don't have an opinion on that because I don't know anything about that. So I'm not going to talk about something that I have little to no knowledge about. But for Canada to say, oh, because of that, well, they didn't say that in this article, but some people may look at it and say, yeah, this is the reason why they're doing that. But either way, I don't care what the reason is, to raise the price for the Nintendo Switch 1 systems and everything involving the Nintendo Switch 1 is egregious. And we're going backwards in console gaming. And I said this before that, yo, we are witnessing the end of console gaming. And while it has been going this way for a while, but Nintendo really sped up the process when it came to the pricing of the Switch 2 games. But, you know, like, for example, Mario Kart World, which again came out at $80. And I was like, that's not an $80 game. And then there's other games that they have coming out that's going to cost 80, some 70, but others 80. And I'm like, bruh, in my opinion, Nintendo have absolutely positively nothing that costs $80. And now, here we go. And actually before that, and then you've got Microsoft raising the prices of pretty much everything regarding the Xbox Series X and S. And I'm like, y'all in last place between the three. Like, why would anybody buy your stuff now that you raise your prices? Like, people were barely buying your stuff before then. But now, you're going to raise your prices? Like, nobody go buy your stuff. And now we got this right here out in Canada. And again, some people may say because of the trade war, whatever the case may be, but I don't care. This is a previous generation console. This ain't the new joint. And even with the new joint, I would still be like, yo, I don't know what to say about that. Then I would have to look into the whole trade war situation to see if raising the price of the consoles in Canada is justified or not. But raising the price of a previous generation of consoles, nah, I don't care. In that case, you got to take the loss in that. And here's why: the Switch 2 is out. The Switch 2 is out. So it's like that's the thing that people are trying to get, the Switch 2. Nobody out there is trying to buy a regular Switch, because if you're a gamer, if you're a true gamer, that is, let me put it that way. So you're a true gamer, you got at least 2 out of these 3 consoles, referring to the Nintendo Switch 1, that is, some version of it, a PlayStation 5, or Xbox Series X or S. You got to have 2 out of those 3, even though I just named like at least like what's that? 6 consoles. But you got to, and I'm referring to either the X or the S, you got to have one of those, or a PlayStation 5. And then the second console is some version of the Nintendo Switch. You got to have 2 out of those 3. Like, so, and more than likely, the console that most people will have that's going to be one of those 2 is a Switch. So why would anybody go out and buy a Nintendo Switch 1, any version of it, I don't care what it is, when the Switch 2 is out? And despite Nintendo being lazy with the makeup of the Switch 2, because of some of the bugs that exist in the Switch 2 that was there in the Switch 1, I talked about that in the previous video. So despite Nintendo being lazy regarding to that, and you know, one of the price costs or cut down on prices for that stuff, whatever, and despite some bugs that exist on the Switch 2, it's still a good system. It's still a popular system. People want it. And it's like, why would you settle for a Switch 1 when the Switch 2 is out? So it's like, this makes no sense at all. And I don't know. I just think Nintendo lost their minds with this one. To me, this makes no sense that they would be raising the prices for the Switch 1 stuff. That makes no sense. Like, I never heard of that before. Like, they raising the prices for something that came out a generation ago. This is like 8 to 10 years old stuff right here that we're talking about here. And they raising the prices? Like, normally you lower the prices on older consoles, like previous generation of consoles that are still out there, to try and get rid of them, to try to get them out of your warehouses, not raise them. Like, nope, like, if, like, real talk, if you're in Canada, I would not buy anything Switch 1 related, especially with the Switch 2 out now. No, I would not do that. I would not do that at all. Nintendo lost their minds with this one. This is what I mean when I say they would take 1 or 2 steps forward, but 4 or 5 steps back because of stuff like this. So yes, once again, Nintendo need to be called out for their bullshit, because this is indeed bullshit. I just can't believe that. Like, I never heard of a previous generation of consoles having their prices raised, not dropped. That's crazy. So I'm gonna call it a wrap. And with all that said, y'all know this is boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stimulate Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.